Good morning, students of class 10. Previous day, I had given you the summary outline of the story, the thief's story. Today I am going to read the text and describe the meaning of. It is written, I was still a thief when I met Anil. And though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. As you know that the narrator is the thief himself. He means Anil, he was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. The meaning of the first paragraph is, when Hari Singh, the thief, saw Anil who was watching a wrestling match, finding Anil a kind-hearted person, simple person, he thought that this person would be fit for his purpose. Experienced, Anil was watching a wrestling match. Wrestling, combat, easygoing, the person who is very lazy, and luck, fortune. I am telling you the meaning of the line written in the first paragraph. Confidence, when you impress another person, that is called confidence. Next, you look a bit of wrestler yourself, I said, the thief said to Anil. A little flattery helps in making friends. Thinking so, the thief told this to Anil. So do you, Anil replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. That's why the thief was shocked hearing his answer. Well, I said modestly. Modestly, simplicity, marked by simplicity, he answered, I do wrestle a bit. What is your name? Anil asked. Hari Singh. I lied. The thief lied. I took a new name every month. That kept me ahead of the police and my former employees. As he was thief, so it was not possible for him to keep a permanent name. That's why he used to change his name every month to protect himself from the police and his former employers. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-white wrestler who were grunting, lifting, throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away and I followed. I means thief followed. Hello again, he said. I gave him the most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said. The thief said to Anil that he wanted to work for him. But I can't pay you. Flatly, openly, Anil replied that he was not able to pay him. I thought that over a minute, perhaps I had misjudged my man. That's why the thief asked him, can you feed? Anil asked, can you cook? I can cook. I lied again. Once again, the thief lied. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. Anil replied that if you are able to cook food, then it is possible that I may feed you. Come to the meaning. Perhaps, possibly, misjudge. Whenever you judge any person incorrectly, you know the meaning of cook and feed. Feed, when we provide a food to any person, that is called feed. He took me to his room over the Jumna sweet soap and told me I could sleep on the balcony. When Anil reached to his home, which was situated over the Jumna sweet soap, and told the thief that he could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night might have been terrible because Anil gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. The food was not so tasty. That's why when the thief cooked food that was so terrible that Anil gave it to a stray dog and told him to be off. But I hung around smiling in my most appealing way. And he couldn't help laughing when he didn't leave that place. Smilingly looked towards Anil. Anil could not stop his laughing. Later he patted me on and said, "Never mind, he will teach me to cook." He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write a whole sentence and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. Knowing the value of education, the thief knew that if once he would become a literate person, there would be no limit to what he could achieve in his life. That's why he was very grateful to Anil, because Anil was teaching him to write his name, to add numbers, to write whole sentence. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the tea supply, which we use every day, usually making a profit of about ₹1 a day. Whenever he used to go market to buy any product, he used to make profit, usually ₹1 a day. That was his income. I think he knew, the thief thought that perhaps Anil knew that I made a little money this way, but he didn't seem to mind. He didn't mind. Anil made money by fits and starts. Not regular income. He had no regular income. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check. But as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. That was the way of his life. It seems he wrote for magazine. It was a very queer way to make a living, queer, odd way for livelihood. One evening, he came home with a bundle of small notes. After completing this paragraph, we will start next paragraph tomorrow. Thanking all of you. Have a nice day.